All right, let's check the markets. Dwayne Thomas joins us from Stifel Nichols. Good morning, Dwayne Thomas.
Good morning, McGraw.
How'd we finish up yesterday?
Well, we finished, but not up, down.
Yeah.
The Dow Jones average, industrial average, dropped 89 points, closing at 25,250. And while it spent most of the day just kind of sliding a little bit up, a little bit down, it was quite a contrast to the violent moves that we experienced every single day last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's nice to have a kind of a normal day on Wall Street. What's going on with MIT?
You know, there was a very interesting announcement yesterday that doesn't necessarily impact the financial market short term, but I think long term it's fascinating. So they announced a new college of artificial intelligence that they're raising $1 billion to fund this college and hire professors and expand what they currently are doing. The CEO of the Blackstone Group, Steven Schwartzman, has donated $350 million towards this, and they say they're more than two-thirds of the way done. 50 new faculty positions. But it's interesting. Think of Stanford and everything that's evolved out of Silicon Valley on the West Coast. Now you got East Coast top college, MIT, developing the first college of exactly artificial intelligence. Sure, there's a lot of courses, but this is their business focus. And it'll be interesting because that's a big wave of the future. It's also on the East Coast.
Yeah, we're also all going to be working for Google, and it's going to put us all out of business. So great news. Let's talk earnings. Let's talk financial stocks. Earnings. What do you know? What do you hear?
Well, yesterday, Bank of America reported earnings up 32%, which was on the heels of last Friday. J.P. Morgan, Wells, and PNC Financial reported good earnings. This morning, Goldman Sachs is reporting any second. Morgan Stanley reported earnings up 19%. So the big thing is when banks are healthy, the economy's healthy. Or you can say when the economy's healthy, banks are healthy, but both are good signs.
How much this is a good sign in the looking in the rearview mirror versus looking forward?
I think it's a little bit of both. You got to realize when the typical banks, J.P. Morgan, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, when they're healthy and they have good profits, a couple things happen. Number one, their capital goes up. So the risk of anything really bad happening with them is diminished because they've got more capital, more profits, more book value to withstand anything that's negative in the economy. They also have more money to lend. More money to lend typically also means more expansion of the economy.
Yeah. All right, staying with earnings. Domino's Pizza, most important. What do we hear from Domino's Pizza?
You know, they're a little bit in the perfect storm of expanding nice globally, expanding here well, competition shooting themselves in the foot, and stuff like that. So they have a lot of things happening good for them. Revenue's up 22% for the quarter. Net income up 49%. They've been in a pretty massive stock buyback, so the actual earnings per share up 65%. Those are real good numbers for them.
I tell you what, I love Domino's commercials. I thought their whole campaign was fantastic. And then lastly, while we still have you, Johnson & Johnson, what do we hear from them?
They have reported earnings this morning also. Like we said, this is a big week for earnings. Up 7% from a year ago. Total sales were over $20 billion for the first time this past quarter. But just kind of like that steady eddy, keeping moving, keeping things happening the way you want them to do. And again, another step. They were about 2 cents above expectation, and that was the other. So every single one of the ones I've mentioned here not only had a good earnings, they beat expectations of the analysts.
Good news. All right, what do we hear today in the markets?
Well, all this stuff is good news. So the market looks like it's going to open up about 150 points to start the day. And earnings definitely have, at least for this period of time, stabilized what we went through last week.
Dwayne Thomas, have yourself a good day. We'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thank you.